Alright guys, it's the classic showdown. Ford versus Chevy, Apple versus Android, Milwaukee versus DeWalt. Guys, today we're talking Carhartt versus Duluth Trading Company. Well, no, let me even it up. These guys are kind of ratted. Carhartt versus Duluth Trading. Let's get into it. Now friends, if you're new here, this is the Gentleman's Journey. I take you along on my journey to becoming a better gentleman and try to take some of you guys with me. So friends, consider subscribing for more videos around clothes like this, men's boots, and even a little bit of auto tips. Guys, I just did a video where I was installing some fog lights on the back end of my truck. So go ahead and check that out here and in the description below. But friends, now we're talking Carhartt and Duluth. A little background about the companies. So Carhartt was founded in 1889, and then 100 years later, there came Duluth in 1989. Now guys, I like to say that Duluth are the new kids on the block because it seems like everybody knows Carhartt and not as many people still know about Duluth. See, it wasn't until 2010 when Duluth got their first brick and mortar store, and so I remember buying it online. I felt like I was buying Duluth before Duluth was even cool. I stumbled across it because I was cleaning out these guys' house with my cleanup and hauling business, and the guy had all this Duluth stuff, and so I got researching it and decided to order some pants, and they came to my house, and I haven't looked back. So guys, I'm excited about both of these companies. I really just speak highly about them and respect both the companies, but today we're going to see if there's a winner. And so we're going to focus mostly on the pants. Now, just like any company, there's just a ton of lines, and they put out some seasonal stuff, and they'll put out this line for a while and then dismiss it. So you're going to have to check online to see if all this is up to date, but these ones are pretty new. These Carhartts, I have the relaxed fit. So I'm comparing the Carhartt relaxed fit over to the Duluth Flex fire hose. And so they're both kind of a canvas, and Duluth calls it the fire hose because if you guys know, the fire hoses are that thick old canvas. You get a hold of that sucker and you're just hosing down. I think what Duluth was hoping there was that you have that imagery in the back of your mind of that hose, you know, getting ran through a building that's on fire, and no matter if it's coming through a broken glass window, that hose is going to hold up. So that's their thinking, because of course if you're out to dethrone a brand like Carhartt, you got to come out strong. And so they came out with this imagery there. And so we're going to talk a little bit today about if that held up or not. Again guys, this is my journey, and so I'm going to share with you some of my experiences. I've had a lot of different jobs in these things, so I'm not going to focus on the pants fitting one industry, but just, you know, guys need a good set of pants that are going to hold up in all kinds of situations. But you know, if these pants don't prove it, then I don't know what, guys. I like to wear my stuff hard, and again, I probably should have got rid of these sooner, but I didn't. I'll probably be doing that soon. But let's talk about Carhartt. So friends, again, the relaxed fit Carhartt, these suckers are tough, and the thing with Carhartt that I noticed when I was shopping the other day at Big R and I grabbed some new pants, something I noticed even there, going back to that idea of there's different lines and different styles. If you guys wear Levi's, there's like the 505, 502, 520, just a bunch of different ones. So I know with Carhartt, they'll sell some that are made for guys cutting down trees. It'll have a huge layer across the front there and ultra thick on the knees and stuff. So there's lots of different options, but just looking at the relaxed fit here, you know, everything along the seams is triple stitched, and you're gonna find that the same with Duluth Trading. I got the carpenter style, so they have the hammer loop and then a little pocket. And something I can't live without these days, guys, is that side cell phone pocket. When I'm wearing a set of jeans or something that doesn't have that, that's the first thing I notice, because I go to put my phone away and there's no pocket. So both Duluth and Carhartt have that, and that's just something I love so much, especially when you're sitting down. If you're sitting down and you try to go for your pocket when it's in the front pocket here, it's almost impossible to get out. You really want to make sure you grab your phone before you sit down. But so that's kind of a must-have for me on my pants, but that works really good. And then something with the back pockets, you know, they don't have any kind of loop or anything, so you can access that back put your wallet or whatever you put in there really nice and easy. The construction with that time-tested, proven canvas and their triple stitching, guys, I think the name kind of stands up for itself these days. I think if you know about a pair of Carhartts, you understand what you're getting, and you're getting something quality. I've let these ones go too far. You know, it's really quite something to imagine these used to be that color. That's just quite unbelievable. But a lot of washes, a lot of standing out in the sun, and these suckers have faded like you wouldn't believe. But these guys have held up really good. The belt loops are always really good. I've never had a belt loop break on these. Let me know in the comments if you guys have had a belt loop break. They have really deep pockets, and so if you're like me, sometimes you have bolts and nuts and screws, and if you're not wearing your work belt, they end up down in there. And so besides the cell phone pocket, these pockets have been really good. I don't usually have any holes or stuff falling out the bottom or going down my leg. So that's been something I really liked about them. And the fit for me, of course, Duluth, we're gonna go into that a little bit more, but the fit's always been super comfortable. I've been able to bend down and squat and move around pretty much as I need to. Now, again, this is that relaxed fit. I have tried on some others. I think the original fit is a little bit tighter, but I've been able to move around as much as I need to. In fact, sometimes I say I feel best when I'm wearing my Carhartt pants. That's when I feel really good. And so enough about Carhartt. Let's head over to Duluth Trading Company. Now again, we're dealing with the Duluth Flex fire hose. And so with that flex, they take out a little bit of the canvas and they add in some spandex material, I believe. And so it does stretch just a little bit. And something that Duluth boasts really high is their gusset. Now I want to spend a little bit of time talking about that. This one in particular is in the crotch, and so it's kind of a diamond shape. And what that's designed to do, if you've seen any of their commercials, I'm sure you had, shows a big old plumber and he's able to crouch down without showing his plumber's crack out the back. Now the problem is these guys are probably like a high rise. Now what I mean by that is the distance from the crotch to the top of the waistband is a high rise. And then there's a mid rise that would come down here, and then a low rise, and so on. And so the amount of space between there and the belt line, the waistline, is kind of long. And so for my fit, I actually need like a mid rise or a low rise, because these actually sag down a little bit below the crotch. And so where the crotch gusset would normally allow you to flex, these guys are too low, so I kind of need to hike them up a little bit to be able to be flexible. In fact, I can almost tell you that I don't wear these out to a job, especially with a customer or something, because I have a hole kind of going in the place you don't want it, in an inappropriate spot. So it's right here above the crotch gusset. So that, for me, kind of ruins the whole company's thing. They're all about stretching and bending and stooping and picking up stuff off the ground, and that hasn't actually proved to work for me in this model. Now guys, I used to wear another set of Duluths for a while in the office setting, so they have kind of a khaki situation going on, and they weren't as dressy as maybe a chino, but I was able to fit the part just fine. Now those were actually a low to mid rise, and I'm telling you, they were just the most awesome set of pants for me. And so that's something to pay attention to. I've never even known about that. I've never even thought about that. Luckily for me, I got a good wife who's out there shopping with me, and we worked that out, and now that's something I can look for. But I really think that's going to be something that's going to attract you guys over there to Duluth, is that crotch gusset. Now for me, Carhartt, I have that flexibility because I'll say it's tucked up in there and I feel like it's a good solid fit. I have that mobility that I need, but this might be just the right thing for you guys. As far as the belt loops, they're actually a little more intense than Carhartt, and they're a little bit wider, and even these front ones are closer together. And so you're able to get a belt in there and it holds it in all the right places. So it seems like the engineers have really thought about that. And then on the back, it's even bigger so that it's able to really hold up the back end of your pants. So it's about 3 inches wide back there, and it holds up the back end really good. These particular pants, again, don't have any kind of restriction or flap for your wallet pouch, and so that's just like the Carhartt. It has like a hammer loop, and then of course it has that cell phone pocket that I just love. And so I'm able to keep my phone there while I'm sitting down and access it easy. Going back inside the pockets, just like on the Carhartts, these guys are really strong. They actually keep up with the canvas running through there. And so these are actually a little bit stronger than the Carhartts. But again, I haven't had the Carhartt pockets rip or tear or have stuff go through them. So I don't know if that's as necessary, but it's something I really appreciate, that attention to detail. Just lets you know that you have a really strong pocket in there. And these particular pants don't have any cargo pockets on the side. I have had even some Duluth Flex fire hose pants with big old cargo pockets. I've really strayed away from that, and that's something I think I noticed. Over the years, Duluth has actually taken away some of those pockets and give you options, so you're not stuck with just the cargo, because I think my first pair had that cargo look, and so now you have a lot more options as the company's developed. Again, I remember, so I live out in Colorado, and I remember having to order online, and then at some point we got a store in Colorado Springs. So I drive over there and actually get to see it. And about the time that store was here, I moved over to Portland, Oregon. And I was actually in Portland when they got their first store as well. And since then, I haven't been able to keep track. I remember looking up at Duluth, Minnesota and thinking, one of these days I'm gonna have to travel up there and see what the inside of that store looks like. And now they've just taken off. They're all over the nation. Now Carhartt, on the other hand, you can pick up at Big R, Tractor Supply, all kinds of different companies are able to sell Carhartt, so you have more access. But friends, luckily for us, we have online, and we can get anything we need nowadays ordered directly to our front door. Into the zippers, you know, the zippers on both set of pants have held up really good. I haven't had any missing teeth on my zippers or getting stuck, and that's always been pretty good with both of them. Again, Duluth makes a pretty wide zipper, just like their buttons on their shirts. I'm actually wearing a Duluth shirt now, and the buttons are really big. And again, it has that gusset in the arm, just like the crotch, so that I can reach up really high and do what I need to do. And I really enjoyed that on the shirt, not so much the crotch on these pants, but I have on the other pants. And so Duluth has really had a good set of engineers who think outside the box, think outside the square, and really think of what are some of the problems guys face. Now I have these big old nubs for fingers, and guys, I appreciate being able to grab onto something a little bit bigger than your Levi's or your Lee's or something like that, and actually have a zipper to hold on to. So I showed you guys a couple pair of my Carhartts, but let me show you another set of Duluth trading pants that I have, and these are for the winter time. These are actually fleece lined, and so they keep me really warm. In fact, I'm really happy that I did this video because it reminded me that I have them. It's snowing cold here in Colorado, and I have yet to bring them out, so it's a great reminder. But these ones here actually have the cargo pockets, so I can show you guys what that looks like. Just a big old pocket on the side there. Velcro's open. Again, it has a place for your phone and a tool, and a big old pocket inside here. And then it has the hammer loop and the back pockets, because these are a little bit older. I think they still make them like this. So I don't know that nowadays it's because they're old. It's just the style that they have available. This actually has the Velcro back pocket, which some of you guys might like. You know, if you're worried about your wallet or something, especially if you're in a crowded place, you might want to hear that before you know someone's taking your wallet. They still have that big old back belt loop. And other than the fleece line, they're really the same kind of canvas on the outside. That flex fire hose stuff, really resilient to scratches and tears. And if you get a little cut in there, it's not going to be like your denim jeans that are just going to spread till the end of ever. It's kind of like ripstop, but not quite. And so the tear isn't supposed to go on forever. These are triple stitch, the whole 9 yards, but these are what I wear in the winter. And now let's flip it to summer, and I'll show you those pants. So again, Duluth here, and these are some quick dry pants. Now I go for these as many days out of the summer as I possibly can. Guys, they came with their own little belt, and again, the cargo version, so it has that big old pocket down the side with the Velcro. And then just something a little neat on this one. They did a little zip pouch there, so you have a little more security other than your other deep pocket. And whether it's these pants or the winter ones, both Carhartt and Duluth, have really good deep pockets. Guys, I've gotten to some Levi's. I go to put my phone in there and it just, or my hand even, and it just stops. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, I almost want to get out the sewing machine and make those pockets a little deeper. So I've always been happy about that. These don't zip off. I don't zip the pants off too much. Typically, if I'm wearing shorts, I'm wearing shorts, and if I'm wearing pants, I'm wearing pants. I don't think the zip-offs ever look that good on me, so I just go for the full-length pants, but these really are quick dry. I take them kayaking when I don't want my legs out in the sun, and they dry off really good. So I've been really happy with all the Duluth products, and unfortunately, guys, there's not a one-size-fits-all for anything. So I don't think we're gonna find a brand that just fits us and just does everything we need it to be. But that's the great part about living here in America, and we got Duluth, we got Carhartt, we got Lee, and if you didn't notice, I'm actually wearing a Filson hat, and so I believe Filson has some men's pants out there in the rough and tough line, so I'm gonna be getting into some of those in the future, so you might see a video come in that direction from Filson. But these are some of the brands I like, some of the brands I wear. Again, I'm wearing a Duluth Trading shirt right now, a flannel. It's kind of a mid-weight, and I really love it. I got a Carhartt in the closet as well, and so sometimes I wear that on some of these videos. You guys might have already seen it by now. But friends, let's get into kind of my final thoughts on these pants. Again, we're going back to the Duluth Trading versus Carhartt. And we're talking the Duluth Flex Fire Hose Canvas right here in kind of the blue versus the Carhartt Relaxed Fit. And we'll bring these guys out. And so for me, guys, again, going back to the mid-rise versus the high-rise, I really like the fit. This is a bit more mid-rise for me. And so on the Carhartts, that's going to be the winner. On this video, I'm going to keep wearing Duluth all day long. I got their shirt on. I got a bunch of stuff I could fill my shopping cart with. They have some really neat, innovative products. They have a seat protector that goes in the back seat of my truck. That way my dog can jump up in there and make a big old mess and not ruin my seats. So I know I'm going to be buying that here in the near future. Just an awesome company. I'm really happy to see them extend out into the general public and get more people into some Duluths. Make sure and check out the pants. I really think it's going to be an awesome fit for a bunch of you guys. Now, Carhartt, you know, I remember being a kid, a toddler, and my folks would throw me in some Carhartts. It's something I've worn my entire life. I'll probably never stop. You guys should see my coat. The sleeves are all ratted out, and just, again, it's time to get a new Carhartt coat for me, but maybe I'll check out what Duluth has before I end up pulling the trigger on that new winter coat. But just the rough and tough stuff is what gets me excited, guys. You really can't go wrong with either company. No guy just has one set of pants in his closet, so I encourage you to just buy a couple and see which one fits better for you in different situations and scenarios. As far as a work pant, I really think that Duluth Trading is holding their own in that category. I'm showing you guys a set of my Carhartts that are just torn to shreds. You know, I probably expect too much out of my pants, but guys, I hope you're enjoying this content. This is the gentleman's journey. That's my opinion, all about the Carhartts and the Duluths, but I really want to know your experience. So let me know down in the comments, what would you grab if you had to go out and spend 60 bucks, 70 bucks on a pair of pants today? Would it be Duluth or would it be Carhartt? I'd love to know in the comments down below. And guys, if you haven't, would you please consider subscribing? I know it seems silly if you're not a YouTuber, but for us guys, it just means the world. It gives YouTube all kinds of warm and fuzzy feelings about this channel, and it makes sure that I can keep bringing you guys great, awesome content. I'm looking to produce and get into new areas with this channel. I'm looking to buy different products so I can review them, and so all the love we get really helps us. There's different links for some of the products in the description below. Make sure and check down there. There might be something you're interested in. So friends, until the next video, this is the gentleman's journey. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one.